What's up, guys? Welcome back to another What If. What if Deku was Joker? Yes, guys, this is separate from my What If Deku was Batman universe. So, if you haven't checked that out, go check it out. It's very amazing. And let's begin our What If. And yes, he will be a villain. So, here is where we start. We start like canon. The teacher throwing papers out and everybody cheering, and he says, I know everybody wants to become a hero. And Bakugo obviously jumps on the table and says, all you D-listers are going to a D-lister hero, and you'll never become heroes, all that. Deku being shy. And then the teacher says, Bakugo, I see that you're going to UA. And Bakugo says, yes, of course I will go to UA. And then the teacher looks deeply on the paper and he says, guess there's another person coming. It's no way. He says, Yukimi Midoriya. And Deku raises his hand and says, yes, I'm going to UA. Bakugo's like, what? If I see you come to UA's front door gate, I swear down I'm gonna kill you, just like the rat I killed yesterday. And Deku's like, sorry. And all that thing happens about him telling him to jump, which I say to all my fans right now, if somebody says that to you, just say piss off and just walk away. So yeah. And Deku, he walks out, and obviously Bakugo, as his bully, beats the shit out of him. Deku walks away and he goes to this alleyway. And it's not where the sludge villain was at. So Deku walks through this alleyway so he can get home. Oh my, obviously searching for the sludge villain and chasing him. Yeah. And also Deku's also obviously a fanboy of All Might. So Deku, he gets pulled over by these people and a knife is about to slash his throat and his face, his mouth. And he sees All Might running away from his angle, but instead All Might's actually trying to get the sludge villain. And Deku's like, All Might, help! But then slash. Deku's mouth is all ripped up. His mouth is full of blood. He's vomiting blood. And All Might, he's just running and says, I am here. But he's obviously saving Bakugo, cause Deku wasn't at the way. Deku left there in the alleyway, full of blood, and the gang, they go back in their car and they drive away. Deku trying to get up, but he can't, after what Bakugo did to his legs. But yeah, Bakugo took a rock and started hitting his legs, so he can't be able to walk properly. His mouth is bleeding, and he's about to faint until he saw this girl, and he says, help! Until we know this girl as she is Toga. And she takes Deku into her house, and she basically gets cold water and whatever to help Deku stop the bleeding, but it's not working. Deku's just losing a lot of blood. And then we see Toga's dad, and Toga's dad sees Deku, and he thinks that Deku is Toga's girlfriend. And Toga's like, Dad, please, it's not what he looks like. And she was about to take off her shirt so she can stop the bleeding. And he grabs Deku's throat and he pulls him into the wall. And Deku, he sees a pencil. And he stabs the guy in the brain, just repeatedly, full of blood, and so stabbing his head. Until the dad collapses dead. And Toga's like, huh? Dad? What? You killed my dad! Get out of my house! And Deku's like, Man, he can't even speak. So he just runs out. And he starts running out of the house. And then he trips because of his legs. And gets hit by a car. He wakes up and he's in the hospital. He sees his mom, Inko. And it's been 6 months since he's been in this coma. And he says, Mom, my... During the time when he hit the car, his head got a little bit fuzzy with his brain. And he basically got this head injury and this brain injury, which plus made him basically a psycho. Deku is now a full-on psycho. He's got this trigger which makes him laugh with any emotions. He's got no anger, no frustration, just happiness, joy, and laughter. And Inko is just crying and she said, This is not my son. This is not my son. Take this thing away from me. And Deku's like, Mom, I am your son. Just can't even stop laughing. And Inko's like, Get this monster away from me. And the doctor is like, Madame, this is your son. We've checked a blood test with this kid, and it says positive. This is your son. You can't do this, or we'll call child services. And she said, I don't care. What is this monster doing in front of me? This is not my Izuku. And Deku is just laughing, and he starts slamming his bed. He says, Mom, it's me! And she basically leaves the whole hospital, and Deku is just crying with laughter. And he's like, Nobody loves me. And the doctor is like, Kid, we got the police out there and they want to talk if you've killed a young girl's dad. And the police come and they sit next to Deku's bed, and Deku, he's just laughing and he says no comment with the death of the old man. And the police are like, Kid, we have to arrest you right now because we've checked the DNA of the pencil and it has you as the person who held the pencil last. And we say that you don't live there. And there was a suspect, a girl called Uraka. She was just walking to go home until she saw you with bloody face run out. So it means that you probably killed him. And Deku's like, you don't understand. My life has been pushed away. It's time for me to step up. All Might doesn't love me. My mum, my own mum, she doesn't even love me. I get bullied, I get pushed aside by society every day. And nobody's talking about me getting justice with the people who basically stabbed me. Oh, I don't care. I'm just nothing because I'm quirkless. Is it? And Deku, he takes his pillow and he hits the police officer. The police officer tries to take his gun, but Deku grabs it and he turns it just so quickly that it shoots the other police officer through the throat. Deku basically punches the other police officer in the head, slams him on the desk next to him with his phone, and basically he starts using his phone, just basically hitting the guy's neck to stop his pulse. And Deku, he jumps off from the bed and he's just running around with the shirt on, and he's basically getting called by the doctor, saying, "Hey, wait, you haven't finished our checkups on you." And Deku just runs, just basically excited, and he busted through the door, and everybody out there is like, what the hell is wrong with that kid? Is he a psycho? And guess which place he was? He wasn't actually in a hospital. He was in an asylum. And Deku, he's just running till he goes into this suit shop and he hides under a desk. And then the shopkeeper's like, "Hey, kid, get out of there." And Deku's like, "Sorry about that. It must be misleading." Then Deku basically throws the whole desk at the shopkeeper. Let me say the shopkeeper is an old woman, and she basically dies because the force of the desk just going on top of her. Deku basically grabs a suit to blend in, because remember, Deku is a smart kid, and Joker is actually a smart person, but people just underestimate him. And Deku, he runs out of the shop, and he takes this exact thing from like the Joker movie. And I'm not actually trying to go comic accurate. Actually, I'm not actually trying, where he gets put in the acid and all that, because I feel like that's more closer to my what if Deku was Batman's Joker, you know? So, yeah. So, Deku is running away, and he sees a bar, and he opens it, and he sees Shigaraki and all the other villains, besides from Toga, because she hasn't been abducted right yet. So Deku's like, please help me. Please help me. Police, the doctors, they're searching for me. And let me say it's been like around 6 hours since he's been running. And Shigaraki's like, Dabi, kill this kid before he finds out our plans for USJ. And Deku is like, USJ? You're the villains? Petty. I've killed around 4 people today. Who cares about me? Almighty hero? I wanted to become a hero. I want to become number 1. Look at me. I'm quirkless. My bully wants to become number 1 hero. What if I change that? What if I want to become a villain? It would sound nice. I could do whatever I want without anybody pushing me around. Like my mom. And that stupid girl. I was trying to protect her. She pushed me away too. I could have died while she was thinking of saying get out of her house. Shigaraki's like, you insane freak, get out. Deku sees a knife next to Dabi. Deku secretly gets it and he's like, would you want me to see me tap dance? Deku starts tap dancing. And he basically puts the knife in his right hand. And he puts the knife right on his mouth. And he makes even a more bigger scar than the scar he had before. Because he just loves the taste of blood. And Deku, he's just feeling himself. And Dabi's like, what the heck is wrong with that guy? And Twice is like, he's creepy, man. He's more creepy than All For One. All For One comes out of a portal. And the first person he sees is Deku. And he's like, what? And he taps into his mind of Deku. And all he's seeing is all the murders. Because all Deku's mind has been basically erased from the day before. So, the only things he remembers is just bad things that happened to him. And now the fun things that's now happening to him. Like killing people is giving him more relief in life. And All For One's like, you disturbing creature. He's more disturbing than me. For a 15-year-old. The heck is wrong with him? And Deku is like, I just love smiling now. It just gives me joy of love and care for myself. And he just jumps next to Shigaraki. And he basically puts his knife underneath his throat. And he's like, it wouldn't like me if I scrape your throat out. It would be nice. And Shigaraki's like, I will disintegrate you if you come near me ever again. And Deku's like, it's funny, but it wouldn't be a surprise if I just killed you right now. I do have the opportunity. And Shigaraki's about to disintegrate Deku, but Deku dodges with Shigaraki about to touch him. And Deku he gets the machete and he slices Shigaraki's head. And blood just gets splattered and All For One's like, no, Shigaraki! I was meant to give my croak to him. What is wrong with you? Deku's like, there's nothing wrong with me. He's just saying, what's wrong with your league? That's where we're gonna end it right now for part 1. So welcome to Deku as Joker. And yes, my friends, goodbye.